tu nikibeba.
Oh, unabeba tu?
Naibebanga tu nikiacha hivyo.
Oh, unabeba na mkono? Unabebaje? Unabebangaje? Unabeba hivyo? Juu ni painful. Juu ya mgongo. So na kama umebeba hivyo. Hii matiti moja imetoka kutoka hapa inafika huku chini kwa mapaja. Aligonjeka 2 years ago. Ile pesa ameitishwa, hiyo pesa hawezi pata.
Sikudentesa hivi. I'm still young, 19 years.
Oya, umeupdate token mita yako? Ni free! Umesapata SMS kutoka Kenya Power? Sawa. Sasa ni kuweka code 1 kureset. Alafu weka code 2 kuupdate. Arada, mtozi kulipishe. Usiachwe gizani nani. Update token mita yako leo. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Kenya Power and Lighting Company.
Good evening. This is Easy Friday, and a moment not too long ago, we were live at Argyle Hotel on Mombasa Road, as we are now down to 7 as we count down to who is going to probably carry the crown home as Miss Universe Kenya representative. Who will carry the day? We will be back at Argyle after Easy Friday tonight. And good news, we have the man himself on set. The last time we actually anchored together was way back in 2017.
7 years ago. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Looking good as always.
Karibu sana.
All right, and we wish all the contestants well tonight as we go back, as they contest for the Miss Universe, the Kenyan edition. And will the Senate deem Mwangaza star this time round? The Senate hears the impeachment charges on Monday. Details coming up. We have business, we have sports. Details coming up. First things first.
The highlights.
Kenya has been given the opportunity by the German government to be the country to showcase our culture next month in Germany. And among the participants that will participate in that event in Bonn in Germany will come to this festival.
Thinking outside the box, President Ruto calls for aggressive marketing of the annual Kenya Music Festival globally. Will the Senate deem Mwangaza star this time round? Senators to hear the impeachment charges leveled against Meru Governor on Monday. And the whereabouts of Equity Bank manager implicated in 1.5 billion shillings fraud case remain unknown after he was allegedly abducted.
This is Easy Friday. I'm Regina Manyara.
And my name is John Kago. Welcome to Easy Friday tonight, and right direct to the news. Go ahead.
Now, our colleague on sign language is none other than Byron Abuli.
Yeah.
Now, the private sector has been challenged to take advantage of the growing creative industry in the country and help in internationalizing the annual Kenya Music Festival.
President William Ruto, who hosted this year's music festival, a state concert at the Eldoret State Lodge, said it was time the annual showpiece gained international traction for sustainable growth.
The president also directed that at least 80% of royalties collected be distributed to artists in the bid to monetize and grow the creative industry.
Eldoret State Lodge played host to the 96th edition of the annual music festival winner state concert. Annual event attracting top and creative performances from various schools across the country before the head of state and other distinguished guests. The various literary performances mirrored the cultural, political and social aspects that define Kenya's heritage. Others speaking to the need for behavioral change on various aspects such as road safety. President William Ruto led the calls for the private sector to complement government efforts in internationalizing the annual showpiece for the purposes of growing further the creative economy in the country.
Kenya has been given the opportunity by the German government to be the country to showcase our culture next month in Germany. And among the participants that will participate in that event in Bonn in Germany will come to this festival.
It shouldn't be that government should be the only partner that puts resources to this sector. Our dream is to reach a stage where it is the private sector that takes the lead in terms of supporting and financing this sector. Because herein is opportunity for proper branding, for talent identification.
Being one of the 5 pillars of the Better Agenda, President Ruto directed those charged with managing the creative economy to place artists at the center of royalties collection.
Royalties is not money for running offices. It is not money for paying for fuel for cars. It is not money for paying salaries. Royalty is money for artists. And it must be the case. So going forward, the copyright space, the whole creative industry management must now focus on ensuring that 80% of the money raised as royalties in this sector get to the artists.
By tailoring the annual Kenya Music Festival to attract international recognition, the president said Kenya bears immense potential for cultural tourism.
We must promote these classes and document these dances to ensure they are preserved for current and future generations. We must position Kenya as a cultural and music tourism hub, both at the county and national level.
Thank you for being our spring of motivation. Thank you for your moral and principal lessons.
And right here on Easy Fridays, just to tell you that one of those who are showcasing their talent there on that particular music festival, is none other than Kenya High School, which happened to be John Kago's Farmers High School.
Absolutely, and was part of the music festival participants. We traversed across the country. I remember one time in Manyara, we were doing way back. Kudos, Sangenia High School.
What did you say now?
Respect. Yeah.
You can actually remember the moves?
I remember them all so vividly. Anyway, continue.
We will get to that.
Let's talk about stars being dimmed tonight.
Yes. Now the Senate will convene Monday to hear impeachment charges against Meru Governor Kawira Mungaza.
Will be appearing that's before the Senate for the third time. Was impeached by the County Assembly of Meru of alleged gross violation of the Constitution and various national and county laws and abuse of the office that she holds.
Now, our reporter Abdiaziz Hashim looks at the besieged governor's fate that now lies solely with the senators, requiring at least 24 of them to retain her seats.
Meru Governor Kawira Mungaza. It will be a deja vu moment for the county boss, as she is expected to appear before the Senate plenary for a third time, following her ouster by the ward reps for the umpteenth time.
And that now implies that the Senate will investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mungaza, the governor of Meru County, in plenary, pursuant to Section 33, 3A of the County Governments Act, and standing order 81B2.
In a Gazette notice dated 16th of August 2024, the Speaker of the Senate, Amason Kingi, directed both the Meru County Assembly and Governor Mungaza to appear before the Senate chamber on Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m. until the conclusion of the business of the day.
The Senate shall investigate the matter in plenary on Monday, the 19th of August, and on Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2024.
The decision comes after the Senate on Wednesday convened a meeting to hear the charges against Mungaza.
Senators 67 wataweza kuamua jambo hili kwa kina na kuliangalia kwa njia ambayo itaweza kuponya wakazi wa kaunti ya Meru.
To avoid being salamiwad by the Gen Z, Mr. Speaker, it is better nowadays to put things on the open, because committees sometimes in the nature, Mr. Speaker, can sometimes escape the attention of the public, Mr. Speaker. I agree, Mr. Speaker, the issues of Meru are very unique, complex, and diverse, Mr. Speaker.
That we operate very transparently, we discuss the issues very transparently, that every senator is given an opportunity to contribute to the allegations from an informed point of view.
Kwa sababu sioni vile awa MCA kila dakika usiku na mchana wanaweza kuwa wanakera Kawira, mpaka tuangalie vile itakuwa kama amefanya makosa atimuliwe na senata 67. Kama hajafanya makosa arudishwe.
Thereafter, the senators will carry out the investigations of the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Mungaza. The county boss, who's no stranger to the House procedures of impeachment, will require the support of at least 24 senators out of the 47 elected senators. Meanwhile, the other businesses to be transacted at the sittings shall be the consideration of the joint report of the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security and the Senate Standing Committee on the National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations.
The necessary uniforms that are supposed to be worn will have to be put on.
This will be on the approval hearing for Douglas Kanja Kirosho, the nominee for the appointment to the position of the Inspector General of the National Police Service.
The services have actually been working very well, and we are going to continue to enhance that. There could be some few structural, challenges here and there, but we will continue working to, bringing the services closer, because each service is supposed to support the other service.
The House will also consider a motion on the alteration of the Senate's calendar for the third session. Abdiaziz Hashim for Easy Friday.
And come Monday, we'll be there for that as KBC Channel 1. Now, the whereabouts of Equity Bank manager David Mashiri Kimani, who went missing on Monday, the 12th of August, remains unknown, with his lawyers informing the courts they are yet to trace him.
Well, his lawyers, who appeared before a trial magistrate, Geoffrey Onsarigo, for the second day in a row, insist he was abducted by police officers.
His father is also reported to have been abducted and was later released on Wednesday after a torturous ordeal. Here's Ruth Wamboi with the details.
A Milimani court has directed parties at liberty to file a formal application concerning a missing person. The orders came after the DPP and the defense team pointed accusing fingers at each other concerning the location of an accused person who failed to appear in court for a hearing.
We need formal summons where they can be signing his attendance, or whoever they delegate to sign his attendance would actually take up that, because we feel this was an ambush to a person who is actually not present and not known where he is to defend himself.
The court said the miscellaneous application placed before the court remains in force until the missing suspect, David Mashiri, is presented in court. Mashiri is implicated in a 1.5 billion shillings scam at Equity Bank last month.
This court is now functus officio on the application for habeas corpus. On the issue of content of court, parties are at liberty to file a formal application.
And trial magistrate Rose Ndombi has ordered the release of travel documents belonging to a complainant, Sheila Wanjiru. It is alleged businessman Jackson Kamau had detained it over a payment dispute. While issuing the ruling, the magistrate noted the issues raised by the petitioners. Bo Mary, since illegal detainment of government documents was unlawful.
Any alleged contract, if at all it was there, to Algeria, to be specific to Algeria. My client wanted to go to Europe, not Algeria.
The complainant had expressed concern that the businessman had failed to process a 6-year visa to Europe for treatment.
I will direct that the passport presented before this court be released to the applicants, given the reasons for medical condition that needs attention. The same to be released to the applicants' hearing. The accused person will be at liberty to make claims as to the payments for the visa if proved that work was done as per the agreement.
Elsewhere, the court has prolonged orders halting police officers from arresting businessman Jimmy Wanjigi. Justice Bahati Mwamui extended the orders to September 19th, but cited the application filed by Wanjigi only touch on issues of arrest and not prosecution. This even as Wanjigi's employees denied 3 offenses related to possession of illegal firearms. Appearing before Principal Magistrate Rose Ndombi, the 4 who have been in custody since the Nane protest denied the charges and were released on a cash bill of 100,000 shillings. The pre-trial is set for September 6th. Finally, for the second time, Lucinho Kabimathenge was not present in court to take plea for obtaining 640,000 shillings from John Garuya in pretense to sell a piece of land in Rai. The lawyer for the accused, Githonga Muruki, argued that her client is sick and elderly, asking for 7 days before producing her in court.
Counsel for the accused is misleading the court because I am aware that the accused person is outside here in her motor vehicle. I have the registration number. I can read it out to the court.
So I don't know where she got that information. Maybe she can even just do a search, maybe under KRI, and tell the courts here that this is the registry, this is the number that belongs to Hussein Nyokabi Madek.
Makadara Local's Principal Magistrate Mary Njagi gave 26 August 2024 for the accused to avail herself to court for the plea taking and thereafter all arguments to continue. Ruth Wamboi for Easy Friday.
Well, that effectively takes us to a fast breather here on Easy Friday. Do not go away. We'll be right back.
Absolutely. And just a snippet of what you can look forward to. We have business, but before we even get to sports as well, we have My Culture. We're going to a circumcision event in a Luya sub-tribe. That's the Bukusu community. You don't want to miss that. Back in a moment.
Holiday Bonanza iko kwa star 570 hash pekee na ni option 4. Inamaanisha mwezi mzima wa August ni tushinde. Dial star 570 hash, chagua option number 4 na ujipatie ushindi wako wa bidhaa au chapa, kwa sababu tumejaza. Kila wiki tunatangaza mshindi wa 250,000 Kenyan shillings na zaidi, na zawadi chungu mzima. Alafu guess what? Tumerudisha Probox ndani, na isitoshe Mazda Flare pia iko ndani. Ni star 570 hash pekee, option ni 4. Holiday Bonanza, tushinde!
Ni aje mam, umeupdate token meter yetu?
Ai, kuupdate token meter yetu? Hiyo ni nini?
Acha nikuchanue mam. Leta simu yako. So, kuna hii text tulipata from Kenya Power. Kwa hiyo text kuna code 2. Weka code ya kwanza ku reset token meter. Alafu weka code ya pili ku update token meter.
Haya, ni hivyo tu. Wacha niulize wa mama wangu wa chama kama wameupdate token meter zao, wajipange.
In the name of Jesus Christ, Mungu anatarajia ukanyange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi, wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali cha Bwana kikawe juu ya maisha yako.
Sasa hii ndio chai ya wazee. Hiyo pombe ni ya wazee. Wewe ni mzee?
Ai, dad, surely.
Well, hiyo ndio mila Jen.
Mimi nikiwa tu nikiwapikia nyinyi mnakaa hapa mkijienjoy.
Nikimanage hapa nikuweka drink kisirisiri.
I will zip it.
Wewe bado uko hapa?
Unajua watu wanawekanga spices alafu mimi kupata acid.
Yaani spices zinapatia acidity, lakini ya shohile kuteremsha. Sasa wazee hapa ndio kwa mzee Jevedari. As for me and my house will serve the Joshua Goja kwanza.
Wazee ni makatuni.
I'm a businessman. Kusha. Huyo ni mkora. Hey, nyinyi wazee.
Habari zenyu?
Tulikuwa kwa katoto kadogo sana.
Siku hiyo ulikuwa rika moja na mama yako.
Welcome back. Now, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says government is fast-tracking its strategies to address youth unemployment.
Right, speaking in his office after he met a delegation from the Oslo Center led by its founder member and former Prime Minister of Norway, Kjell Magne Bondevik, Mudavadi said the Kenya Kwanza administration will give more attention to the young people in its day-to-day operations.
Mudavadi lauded the youth for their quest to be part of the and parcel of the government, and at the same time said that the Oslo Center had been a strong partner in its roles in Kenya through channeling of skills, even as he hailed them for running programs that are geared towards building the capacity among political parties in Kenya.
In the last few weeks, we have seen a resurgence of the youth energy. They want more involvement. They want to speak more. They want to be able to be participants in the governance of their country. So we need to give them special attention because they constitute 70% of our population. That is across the African continent. That's the general average.
Also worked with the youth wings of the political parties, and consequently, in this way, also approached the political parties themselves, and have worked with parliamentarians and others, where we have shared experiences on how to develop democracy.
Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Dr. Margaret Ndongo has called on senior ICT officials to innovate around the ICT investments established in the past decade.
Well, the Cabinet Secretary noted this would accelerate inclusive, open and secure digital access of information in the country.
Now, speaking during the closing ceremony of an induction program for ICT secretaries and directors at the Kenya School of Government in Nairobi, the Cabinet Secretary reiterated the importance of investing in technology and providing digital access to all.
Well, additionally, she emphasized the need to leverage on emerging technologies to foster tech-enabled innovations as well, expand new segments like software engineering, e-commerce and manufacturing to expand the digital economy.
To the various ministries, which means, and we know ICT is an enabler. So you go to health, push the e-health, telemedicine, ensure we are supporting the doctors who are in the rural areas with quite a lot to do by themselves. Let's use ICT to support them. If you are in education, again, let's ensure that we are focusing on that person in the rural area to ensure that they are using ICT to transform in whichever way they can.
The government has expressed its commitment to the Nile Basin agenda by enhancing cooperation in the management and development of water resources at both national and regional levels.
While speaking when he received the regional hydrological monitoring system from the Nile Basin Initiative, Water Cabinet Secretary Engineer Eric Muga said the system will be used in forecasting hydrological extremes such as floods and drought for a timely response.
Here's Tilio Marco with the details.
With the country regularly suffering from floods and droughts that often result in huge losses of property and lives, the government has received a modern regional hydrological monitoring system that can detect water levels from the Nile Basin Initiative. The system will help in relaying real-time data, which will be used in forecasting hydrological extremes such as floods and drought for timely response.
The regional hydrological monitoring system at each station, as discussed, will include a water level sensor, a charging system, a satellite transmitter, a tipping basket, rain gauge, instrument enclosure with data loggers, battery and voltage regulators, and a GPRS radio and antenna that can be installed and configured with a SIM card.
The monitoring system has been installed in 6 regional stations that include Nzoia River Station at Ruambwa, Yala River Station at Kadenge, Nyando River Station at Ogilo, Sondu Miriu River Station at Nyakwere, Gucha Migori River Station at Onger, and Mara River Station at Kichwa Tembo.
In order to ensure sustainability of the 6 regional stations installed, I wish to encourage the Nile Basin Secretariat to continue building the capacity of our technical officers so that they can adequately manage and use the information from these important hydrological systems.
Outputs from these stations are being used to warn the community in case of high water levels and possibility of flooding, for which we are really very grateful, because the most important objective of these stations is to save lives, protect properties, protect the resources, and harness it for the development of the people and the country.
Meanwhile, residents of Mwavumbo and Kasemeni wards in Kinango, Kwale County will receive their land compensation on Monday next week following the disbursement of funds from the National Treasury ahead of the construction of Mwache Multipurpose Dam.
Yesterday, we also attended the parliamentary session, whereby Treasury and the Ministry of Irrigation committed that another 500 million will be released next week. And it's on that strength that NLC, from Monday, they'll come and give awards. That will mainly affect people from Mavumbo area and Bofu area. That's where we have the lower check dam.
The construction of the dam is projected to supply 186,000 cubic meters of clean water daily to the port city of Mombasa in Kwale County. Tilio Marco for Easy Friday.
Well, our students in institutions of higher learning in the country have been advised to acquaint themselves with numerous opportunities to further their studies in European nations.
Now, speaking during the pre-departure reception of 23 Kenyan students who have been awarded the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program Scholarship, European Union Ambassador to Kenya, Henriette Geiger, decried the low numbers of Kenyans getting scholarships to study abroad.
It was all smiles at the European Union Ambassador to Kenya, Henriette Geiger's residence in Nairobi during a pre-departure reception for 23 Kenyan students set to join universities in Europe under the prestigious Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program this year. The selected Kenyan students will be proceeding to Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Czech Republic, France, Greece, Hungary, Israel, Italy, Latvia, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Sweden and Turkey.
For now, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I want this scholarship, and I hope to make the most out of the opportunity that I've gotten.
The application process involves making an application using an application fee, which was roughly 9,000 Kenya shillings.
European Union Ambassador to Kenya, Henriette Geiger, however, says the number of Kenyan students winning scholarship to study in Europe is relatively low, despite over 100,000 available scholarships each year.
Please apply online, and I promise to you, not me, not any minister or nobody else can interfere in the application.
The Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program Scholarship are awarded annually to last for 1 to 2 years, during which students study in at least 2 different countries and obtain a joint, double or multiple degrees.
As the Ministry or the State Department for Higher Education and Research, the PS has committed to advocate for this program to all our higher education institutions.
And speaking separately, Member of Parliament for Suna West, Peter Masara, has encouraged young people to prioritize acquiring practical skills over pursuing degrees to tackle unemployment.
But above all, not everybody can be employed. Some can do business, some can be good mechanics, and we want to encourage even our young people that not everybody must go to the university. Some people can go to the TTIs.
For Easy Friday, I'm Joseph Wahungu.
Well, the Ministry of Health has promised to take charge of the implementation of the One Health strategy.
The One Health is a government's strategic plan for the prevention and control of zoonotic diseases in Kenya, currently being implemented through the Ministry of Agriculture.
Well, Director of Preventive and Promotive Health Services in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Joseph Lenai, said his directorate will soon bring on board all stakeholders in the implementation of the One Health strategy under the supervision of the Health Ministry for proper coordination.
CEO Dr. David Okeyo had petitioned the ministry to domicile the One Health approach in the health docket.
That we need to reinvigorate. I'm happy you have made even my life easier as the Director for Preventive and Promotive. In fact, you have even profiled the stakeholders and the experts who should be there. You have even given me the name of the committee of experts and where it should be domiciled.
National task force, which is also expert committee, that will be multidisciplinary based, as has been delivered, and then we are also going to come up with a TOR for you, and at the same time they will develop now the multi-sectoral approach, and with this we can agree on the host.
Some players in One Health have been excluded within that strategic plan 2021-2025. Specifically, nutritionists and dietitians are not there. And of course, crop agronomists and agroecologists. We were not able to see them in that document.
Well, now heavy rains paralyzed transport along Marigat-Chamololingeti in Baringo County last evening, with hundreds of passengers, including tourists, escaping narrowly from being swept by raging waters.
And elsewhere in Meru County, as a way of creating awareness for the need to protect and conserve elephants, a team from the Elephant Neighbors Center has embarked on a walking journey from Nairobi to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This and more stories in the county's news roundup.
Traffic along Marigat-Chamolingot Road was disrupted for the better part of Thursday afternoon and evening following heavy downpour in Baringo County. The abrupt rains, which caused the river Endao to burst its banks, caught hundreds of passengers, including tourists unaware.
Kesho sasa hii shule ikifunguliwa watoto watapita hapa na signpost yao na barabara yao ni hiyo yenye maji makata. So tunaomba msaada.
Elsewhere in Meru County, as a way of creating awareness of the need to protect and conserve elephants, a team from Elephant Neighbor Center has embarked on a walking journey from Nairobi to Addis Ababa in Ethiopia.
This one goes all the way to Addis, and it is to create awareness on the plight of the elephants, among other species that are endangered along the way.
Still in Meru County, police officers in County are holding 10 suspects for allegedly subjecting 7 girls to female genital mutilation.
Na katika wale 17 10 wao walipatikana kuwa ni washirika ambao wameshiriki huo ukeketaji. Kuna mama mmoja ambaye anahusika na ukeketaji ambaye alitiwa mbaroni.
Meanwhile, the Manyara County Referral Hospital has officially launched a modern dental unit in a significant milestone for healthcare in the region.
And the management team in every referral and county sub-county hospitals, we need a proper managed health facilities that can meet the demands of Manyara County residents.
And in Kericho County, private health facilities have been lauded for their role in increasing access to healthcare services.
The launching of Equafia today in Kericho will go a long way in increasing access to healthcare services in Kericho County.
And Githunguri small-scale farmers are experiencing a significant transformation in their livelihoods by embracing organic farming methods and crafting their plant-based pesticides.
And this will enable them to enhance their production and in a way alleviate the food insecurity that you are experiencing in the country.
Finally, watermelon farmers in Teso South Busia County have lamented over increased number of middlemen dictating prices of the fruit as they count losses in their farms.
Sasa kuna swali tulikuwa tunajiuliza, mbegu ndio mbaya ama ni nini? Kwa sababu sasa kama mbegu ni mbaya, sisi hatuwezi kujua ni kitu gani inaweza fanyika.
Tulipata hapa ni magonjwa na soko. Hasa upande wa magonjwa tulianza kupigana, lakini soko kilikuwa mbaya zaidi.
Now, it is a tradition that started in the 19th century among the Luya community, a cultural rite of passage where boys become men in a spectacular early morning event.
Well, tonight on My Culture, our focus is on the particular traditional circumcision of the Bukosu, that's a Luya sub-tribe.
Now, our reporter Timothy Kipnusu visited the villages of Masaba and Kaptenai in Sirisia constituency to witness this year's edition of the Kuminya and filed the following report.
At the home of David Maheti in Masava village, Sirisia constituency, Bungoma County, traditional songs and dances characterize the mood here. We catch a glimpse of the boys who are ready to be elevated to men. Covered with yeast from head to toe, the boys look determined and focused as they are escorted to their relatives, perhaps to invite them to their big day. Stamping their feet and dancing to the tunes with their traditional circumcision verse known as Chinyimba. Boys are much aware that this is not an ordinary occasion. The enthusiasm and the zeal showcased by one of the initiates, Kevin Maheti, is evident. His father tells us why he decided to have his firstborn son circumcised in the traditional way.
Na hiyo mila nimeifurahia sababu mimi nami nilipita mahali pale. Na kitu yenye nifanya kutayarisha mtoto nyumbani tena nifuata mila ya upukuzu sababu mimi tangu nizaliwe kwetu tuko watu karibu 12. Lakini wote walikuwa wanaenda na hiyo mila. Sasa ndio nimeamua nami kuleta hiyo culture nyumbani.
Nimeamua kupika hii nyumba kwa vile baba pia alipika hii. Lazima niende hospitali lakini nikakataa. Ndio nimeamua nipike tu hii kengele.
At the pitch darkness, the ceremony continues. The young and the old are here to honor the legacy of their ancestors. The Bukusu circumcision ceremony, a rite of passage, has never been complete or rather mesmerizing without this busa, a local favorite brew for such an occasion, served in a huge pot known as sipange and consumed in a large straw known as a chisehe.
Tunakunywa busa, tunacheza, tumechinja ng'ombe, tumefurahia, tuko tunaminya mpaka sie.
We meet the initiator Manyara Namhongo, who says he's more than ready to circumcise the boys with a special knife known as lukembe.
Mwaka huu nimejitayarisha, nimeanza kutahiri, nimetahiri watoto kwa site ya 30. Na hii lukembe imeundwa kwa njia tofauti. Ukiangalia upande huu, hii ni miti, na imechongwa kulingana vile wewe ukitahiriwa utakaa kama hii miti upande ya huko.
Namhongo tells us of the precautions that come with such a job.
Ukiwa mtahirishaji, kitu ya kwanza, ufai kuchinja ng'ombe, ufai kuzika maiti, uwezi chinja kuku, uwezi kutahiri maiti. Mambo ya kulala na mama kwa nyumba haustahili.
By the break of dawn, the boys are taken to the river for a ritual. A journey that will take an entire hour. The boy is then submerged into the river before being smeared a bowl of mud. The smearing of the mud within the Bukusu community, as you can see behind me, is symbolic. The bowl of the mud apparently will reconnect him with the ancestors, and the cold waters here apparently anesthetic, numbing his body to ensure he faces the cat with absolute bravery. Here, the uncle takes charge, where he gives advice to the boy to always be obedient and shun all manner of evil in the society.
Sisi kama Wabukusu tunaona hii traditional circumcision ni ya umuhimu sana kwa sababu kabla kijana atahiriwe lazima atakuwa amekuwa guided venye kulingana venye ataishi na watu. Kwa mfano ataambiwa ufai kujibu mama yako, wazazi wako, wape heshima, shule kama uko shuleni tia bidii.
Tuwafunze hiyo wakuwe watoto wazuri. Natumia tu kitu kama pusa lakini mambo na pangi hizo hawataki.
When the ritual at the river is over, they walk to a place prepared for undergoing the cut. Then it reaches a time when everybody has been waiting eagerly with bated breath, the hour of reckoning. And in just like 30 seconds, the circumciser, in this case, Pakson Wanjala Namkongo, performs what he knows best, cognizant of the fact that there is no room for mistakes here. And in a twinkle of an eye, the Omsinde graduates to Omfulu, joining officially the League of Manhood. Reporting for Channel 1 News from Sirisia constituency, Bungoma County, my name is Timothy Kipnusu.
Holiday Bonanza iko kwa star 5 570# pekee, na ni option 4. Inamaanisha mwezi mzima wa Agosti ni tushinde. Dial star 570#, chagua option number 4 na ujipatie ushindi wako wa bidhaa au chapa, kwa sababu tumejaza. Kila wiki tunatangaza mshindi wa 250,000 Kenyan shillings na zaidi, na zawadi chungu mzima. Alafu guess what? Tumerudisha Probox ndani, na isitoshe Mazda Flare pia iko ndani. Ni star 570# pekee, option ni 4. Holiday bonanza, tushinde!
Silali usiku, nakanga tu nikibeba.
Oh, unabeba tu?
Naibebanga tu nikiacha hivyo.
Oh, unabeba na mkono? Unabeba aje? Unabebanga aje? Unabeba kwa unabeba hivyo? Juu ni painful, juu ya mgongo. So na kama umebeba hivyo. Hii matiti moja imetoka kutoka hapa inafika huku chini kwa mapaja. Aligonjeka 2 years ago. Ile pesa ameitishwa, hiyo pesa hawezi pata.
Sikujua teseka hivi. I'm still young, 19 years.
Most new moms experience postpartum baby blues within the first 2 to 3 days to even 2 weeks after birth. In her second year of university, Jackie discovered she was pregnant.
I hated an innocent soul. My mama was always telling me that this is not the end of life.
When do you actually say this is a serious case of postpartum depression?
Suicide is also real on ladies who are going through postpartum depression. So they want to die and they also want to they want to kill the children.
Thank you for keeping it easy Friday. It's time to get the latest in the world of business. My name is Betty Kiptum. Kenya is in the process of rolling out a comprehensive quality policy that will help enterprises enhance their competitiveness in the international markets. Trade Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya says the policy will also fortify the standardization, accreditation and conformity assessment of locally produced products, giving them an edge.
Kenyan products have struggled to meet the stringent quality and safety standards required by many international markets. This has led to difficulties in exporting goods, especially to regions with high regulatory standards requirements, resulting to reduced competitiveness and limited economic growth potential.
We've had a gap in coordination of issues of quality. I know we have a number of organizations in government who are looking at issues of quality, issues of accreditation. However, we have not had a well-coordinated mechanism.
Trade Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya says the quality policy being rolled out will help address these challenges and promote a culture of quality that will ensure the protection of consumer rights and encourage organizations to integrate quality improvement practices into their operations.
On matters quality, this policy will be very key on sensitization, so that people can know how to package their products and how to make them of high quality. Of course, there will be other organizations that will come in to make sure that they work together. So from the agriculture person who will be supplying seeds, issues of quality will be discussed at that level. And then now, as that product transits to the EPZ, there will also be issues of quality that will have to be integrated, so that those products, we can now sell them anywhere in the world.
The government has further urged stakeholders to collaborate and welcomed more recommendations to ensure implementation of a comprehensive quality policy that will cover both public and private organizations at the national county levels to ensure all products and services meet the required local and international standards. Trevor Ngendo for Easy Friday.
Now imagine watching the breathtaking sceneries of Tsavo National Park while nibbling on sweet bites, while sipping expensive sparkling wines and assorted whiskies and cognacs. Well, this is the experience that awaits premium class customers using the yet-to-be-launched Madaraka Express train. The Kenya Railways says the new service targets business travelers plying the Nairobi-Mombasa routes. Our reporter Wairimu Njenga has the details of how the new service is likely to define luxury travel in the country and beyond.
In Africa, the Rovo's rail in South Africa is used as the gold standard of luxury train travel in Africa. The train service that was started in 1989 traverses 7 African countries, exposing passengers to eye-popping sceneries and world-class luxury. The Kenya Railways Company is in the process of launching a similar service on the Madaraka Express along the Nairobi-Mombasa route.
Now we have 4 of these with the 28 seats each. So 56 times 2, that gives you the total number.
Since its launch in 2017, the standard gauge railway has become synonymous with convenience and efficiency in travel.
We'll be embarking on a 5-hour journey from Nairobi to Mombasa to witness on first-hand experience what it is to travel with the SGR terminus.
However, the rail operator plans to enhance the experience of travelers even further. The SGR premium class combines speed with luxury. From the moment you step into the premium class lounge at the Nairobi terminus, the experience promises more than just a train ride. With dedicated check-in counters, premium passengers skip the long queues, easing the often tedious and lengthy process of boarding.
When you get into this train, and there are experiences we have not given you because end to end we have PIP's rooms for this class. Once you come in, you are picked from down there where you come through the security check straight to your PIP room. In that PIP room, you are served a cup of tea, you are served some snacks as you wait for your journey. And when you board the train, the luxury that you see around with it.
The premium coaches boast wide, reclining leather seats arranged in a spacious configuration, ensuring ample legroom and comfort. The premium class is set to redefine luxury travel with exclusive amenities as well as world-class comfort. The large windows allow for panoramic views of the stunning landscapes between Nairobi and Mombasa. Kenya Railways say the SGR premium class is not just about getting from point A to B, it's about enjoying the journey, as the team of African ambassadors who were part of the maiden test drive of the SGR premium coaches tells us.
Africa, continental free trade area. So this facility that Kenya has is an African facility. It's for all of us. My experience has been extremely wonderful. I can vouch that I don't think there are many African countries that have this facility.
We have been on this 5-hour journey, a journey that has been comfortable, a journey that has been friendly, relaxing, deluxe, a journey that we have experienced the warmth, the hospitality, and the exceptional service.
This experience is beyond my expectation. So when I shared my impression with this SGR Safari, my friends and myself are asking the same question. Why don't we do it in China? I didn't experience in China because we don't have it in China.
Attentive and courteous attendants make rounds frequently, offering refreshments ranging from soft drinks to hot beverages. Complimentary snacks and meals are served, adding to the premium feel of the service. The onboard Wi-Fi, though patchy in remote areas, adds a modern touch, enabling passengers to stay connected throughout the journey.
With this, we also copy with the government digital, program that we are digitizing our stations so that everybody along the line can have some Wi-Fi, including the villages around with the time. So this is not expensive. It is cheap, it's convenient, it's efficient, and you also enjoy the comfort that goes with it.
The atmosphere in the premium cabin is quiet, ideal for reading, working, or simply soaking in the scenic views. Upon arrival in Mombasa, premium passengers disembark first, allowing for a swift and smooth exit. The Mombasa terminus, though bustling, offers a similar premium lounge experience, ensuring that the luxury isn't left behind once the train stops. Kenya Railways says a return ticket on premium class will cost 20,000 shillings, while a one-way ticket will leave your wallet 12,000 shillings poorer. But for the posh business and leisure traveler, the papers and the silver are worth the treat.
Now, when you talk of the amount of money and the kind of luxury you have, do your mathematics. Net off, we are almost going home with something like 1,000 shillings. Look at the dinner, look at the service, look at the environment that you are seated in, the Wi-Fi and all these other things that we are putting.
Wairi Mujenga for Easy Friday.
Wairi Mujenga looking like she had a blast on that ride on the SGR luxury coaches. Of course, be sure to catch that if it's convenient for you. Now, players in Kenya's insurance sector are banking on mergers and consolidation to drive premium uptakes in the domestic market. Jubilee Insurance Chief Julius Kipngetich says there is a need for insurance companies to merge and form larger entities to grow stronger, to create stronger and more competitive firms capable of offering better products and services to the public. Insurance penetration remains at 2.6% in Kenya, where there are 58 insurance companies.
Many years of stagnation in the insurance industry have been blamed on high cases of wire fraud and corruption. The sector alleges that close to 30% of all claims are fraudulent. The industry is also facing high cases of cyber attacks, with 35% of corporate users experiencing malware attacks in 2023. There are 53 underwriters in Kenya offering various products from general to medical insurance products. Industry players are now betting on consolidations and mergers to drive uptake in the sector. Industry experts believe that creating large insurance companies through mergers and acquisitions could help address some of the challenges that have hindered growth, including limited capital, high operational costs, and intense competition in a saturated market. Speaking during the launch of a campaign dubbed Living and Living Free, Jubilee Insurance Chief Executive Officer Julius Kipngetich says insurance penetration is seen as a critical component of fostering financial inclusion and economic resilience.
In terms of government policy, I think the most impactful one is about encouraging consolidation. 54-5 insurance companies for a small market like ours is an overkill. We would like to see encouragement of companies to come together, to grow bigger, so that then they can using economies of scale, then use their muscle to now spread insurance.
Partnerships is another way to do it. I mean, you'll see now increasingly people are coming together to say, work with a telco, and in that way find a way to reach big groups of people very easily through technology, and then now actually open up the market.
Frederick Mwoki for Easy Friday.
And CFAO Mobility Kenya has pledged to maintain the highest technical and mechanical standards through their local assembly proposition. CFAO Mobility Kenya Managing Director Avinda Real says the firm's long-term ambition is to support Kenya's economy through investment in local assembly, allowing Kenyans to benefit through technical knowledge transfer and training and creating employment opportunities.
In the case of Kenya, having in place an efficient passenger network provides economic and social opportunities and benefits that result in obviously the positive multiplier effects.
And that is all the business news we had for you this evening. John Kago is bringing you the sports news, standing in for Daniel Wahome. Let me throw it to him. My name is Betty Kiptum. Good night.
All right, thank you, Betty, for that. Much appreciated. Let's speak sports now. Powerlifter Helen Wawira is ramping up her preparations with her sights set on winning a medal at this year's Paralympics Games, scheduled for the 28th of August to 8th of September in France. Wawira is part of the 8-member team that Kenya will be fielding at this year's Games.
With just a few weeks to go, Helen Wawira is busy preparing for the Paralympic Games with one goal in her mind, ending up on a podium.
Ndio muda wangu umefika kwa sababu sasa niko more stronger na niko tayari kushindana.
Tu mimi naangazia tu ni kuboresha tekniki yake na kumweka kuwe na hiyo imani ya kwamba anaenda kushinda, na pia lazima kuwe na nguvu za kutosha za kubeba uzani.
Wawira will begin her medal quest at the Games on September 4th, hoping to surpass her mark at the previous edition of the Games in Tokyo, where she finished 5th.
Ambacho nimejiwekea, nataka kwa sababu niliqualify na 98 kg, naomba Mungu aniwezeshe kuinua more than 98 kg. Hatukuwa tunafanya zoezi kwa vifaa vinastahili. But this time round tuko na kila kitu, ile hatuwezi sema ati ni vifaa ndio shida. Zile vifaa tumekuwa tukitumia hata huko nyumbani ndio zile anaenda kushindania huku. Anaenda kutumia wakati wa mashindano. Kwa hivyo hapo hatuoni changamoto yote.
The Commonwealth Games bronze medalist and 2022 US Open champion is part of the Kenyan Paralympic team that's currently camping in Compiègne in France in readiness for the Games.
Kuja hapa inanisaidia sana kwa upande wa kufamiliarize na weather na pia kwa upande wa chakula, kwa sababu powerlifting kwanza lazima ukule vizuri ndiposa upate nguvu ya kuinua hizo chuma.
Helen Wawira has been focusing majorly her training on technique as she seeks to better her performance in this year's Paralympic Games in Paris, France. Reporting for Channel 1 Sports from Compiègne in France, I'm Bernard Okumu.
Thank you, Okumu, from the streets of France. Now, Kenyan athletes continued with their impressive performances at the World Masters Championships in Sweden. Former national women's 400 meters champion Grace Kidake claimed a silver medal in the 800 meters event at the Bjorlanda Stadium, while Sylvia Chesebe finished third to cap a podium finish. The performance saw Kenya conclude week 1 with 8 medals, which include 2 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze medals. The competition, which took a break today, will enter day 5 tomorrow, as Simon Losia-Boy and Robert Lagat seek to bag medals in the men's 800 meters final.
At least nimeweza kumanage, nikamaliza position 2, and I'm happy for the silver that I've brought home. Tuna imani ya kwamba kuendelea tutazidi kufanya vizuri na tutazidi kuletea nchi yetu sifa.
Haijakuwa rahisi, na wengine walikuwa wamekuja wanataka kupita. Si rahisi, na wazazi wale wanapenda kuambia watoto, mimi nilikuwa nakimbia, karibuni masters. Masters ndio yetu sasa. Kama ulikuwa unasema wewe ulikuwa unakimbia, kuja uonyeshe.
Haikuwa rahisi. I love that one. Congratulations, definitely in order. Now, the third leg of the 2024 National Sevens Circuit, the Dala Sevens, has received a financial boost of 3 million shillings from Kenya Breweries Limited. Now, the tournament will take place this weekend at the Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium in Kisumu. Dala Sevens follows the first two legs of the National Sevens Circuit. That's the 2024 Ingo Sevens and Christie Sevens. The 2024 Ingo Sevens champions and Christie Sevens runners-up. Kenya Harlequins headline Pool A alongside Menengai, Oilers, Strathmore Leos and Mwamba RFC. KCB are drawn in Pool B alongside Nondescript RFC. Blackbird and Homeboys RFC are in Pool C. Cabras RFC will battle it out with Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology Stallions. And tournament hosts Kisumu RFC, Nakuru RFC, Catholic Monks, Days the Falcons and Zetech Oaks compete Pool D in the Division 1 category.
Our brand has a long-standing tradition when it comes to celebrating Kenyan sport and talent. And today's announcement is a continuation of that proud tradition.
Oh, it's a time for a wrap.
Well,
first did I get to this? Beautiful. Many thanks indeed for watching us tonight. We are grateful that you took time to watch Easy Friday tonight. On behalf of the team, my name is John Kago. Good night.
Thank you very much for keeping us company. I know you're all dying to find out exactly who is going to be representing Kenya in the Miss Universe contest that is going to be happening in Mexico. Now we take you back there. Enjoy your evening. I'm Regina Manyara.
Jambo Magical Kenya. Hello, hello. One more time. Jambo Magical Kenya. Habari yenu. Thank you to having me, make me feel like home. Thank you for this incredible moment. And we celebrate the empowered women live here in Kenya. One more time, in name of Miss Universe organization and I, thank you, and thank you. I want to say something more. Asante. And now